So before I got into personal development coaching, I was actually a professional dancer and a performance coach. I worked with a lot of different female artists on stage, performing artists from singers to models to actresses, on how to become more confident on stage. So it was a lot of self and movement and body awareness that I was doing, and then that somehow expanded into working with non-artists, other women who want to feel confident in their body, a lot of women who wanted to become confident in any room that they walk into. At that time, before I got into coaching, I was doing a lot of work and tours and working with different artists. And I was living in my suitcase, jumping from one country to the next, which was amazing. I had, a flourishing career as a dancer, and I'm totally grateful for that. But I was also going through a depression at the same time. I was also going through a toxic 8-year relationship. And from there, I went through a lot in terms of discovering myself, wanting to discover myself, and I went through a lot of inner work. So it happened. There was a lot of chapters in my life that made me just want to reach my full potential. So I got out of the relationship, I got out of, the whole lifestyle, just living in my suitcase, and I wanted more of a life where I was more stable, not just financially, it was more like mentally, physically, spiritually, all the illies I had to work on for like how many years. And I started working with a life coach. This was around 2013 or 14, I believe. And my life coach was in Perth. And we did a lot of work where I had to really understand all the beliefs that I had growing up as a child that really stopped me becoming who I really wanted to be. So from there, I started, really seeing the impact, the positive impact it made for my own personal life. And I was like, this is what I wanted to do. It was a calling. I felt like it was a calling that I wanted to pass that down, all the things I've learned, because it helped me. It helped me get out of the depression. It helped me get out of, all my negative talk, and I was thinking am I good enough? I'm not even experienced. I was just a dancer. What am I doing here? But then I realized it's not really about the title. It's not really about the type of career or field per se. It was really my own journey and my own story, and how I understood the process that I had to go through to grow as a person, and I wanted to just share that. So I started to infuse a lot of my coaching techniques as a choreographer and performance coach, and as a dancer, the things that I've learned, and the things that I picked up as a dancer. For example, how to communicate with your audience, right? How you walk in on stage, the first 8 counts determines the whole tone of your performance. It's the same thing in applying that in real life. Your whole life is a performance, and how you wake up, your mood, your mindset, first thing in the morning, the first thing that you tell yourself in the morning. Is it a negative self-talk, or is it a positive self-talk? And this is what sets the tone of your day, and which turns into habits. And then in turn to that, it's like, how is your whole life? I was able to help my clients reach their full potential, not just through understanding their own body, their movement, or how they navigate their self in their physical environment, but it's also building that kind of mindset. my challenge too on how I show up to the world with this different role was the perfectionism, the mindset of perfectionism, because as performers, we always want to perfect things on stage, so we go through all the rehearsals, the training 24/7, and you're not gonna go out until it's perfect, right? So I carried on that same mindset, which is a good thing, but also it was a bad thing when it comes to just, just doing or just putting out your story and your journey out there.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm not gonna put my story out there until it's perfect, or I'm not gonna post this thing about what I wanted to share to the world unless it's set perfect, if the aesthetics are perfect. And I was like, okay, that's just stopping me. So I was like, it's not really perfectionism, it's actually the fear. If you were to take any of my classes or any programs, what you would expect is for you to learn a lot about yourself, to rediscover yourself, rediscover your passions, and really find your voice in the world by understanding how you respond to the world, right? And how to build a more positive and healthier mindset. And my job is just to guide you through that.